Alright, welcome back to Flight Sim 2020 and welcome to the Antonov AN-2, an aircraft that I've been super excited for. And also welcome to the freeware IniScene, I think it's just called IniScene Mara. I'll put a link to it down in the description. But you can actually get the scenery for free, and it covers a couple of little airstrips and some animals and scenery in Kenya, so that's super cool. I'm rushing through this quickly because if we have a look this way, the weather is kind of setting in here. So our plan for today is to fly. We're at the Serena Safari Lodge at the moment. You can see some elephants on that side, and there's some giraffe down there as well. The weather looks kind of nice out that way, but we need to head in that direction where we have some storms and some rain closing in. It is nice and windy as well. So yeah, I don't want to waste any more time. We need to kind of get out of here because we are obviously flying a VFR, and we're going to see if we can do a kind of scenic flight up the river here. So we're going kind of north up the river, and we will land at one of the other bush camps. So let's get moving before this rain hits, because of course we are VFR, so if that rain is over the airport, at the moment it's fine. We've got more than enough visibility to get out of here, but once that hits the airport, we're gonna be in a bit of trouble in terms of visibility and being able to take off. So that's the plan for today. It's more of kind of a scenic flight. This is obviously my first flight as well in the AN-2 because that just came out. And it's also my first flight checking out the IniScene Mara scenery. So yeah, that's the plan for today. We've kind of chilled flight. Not much in the way of a plan. We're just going to do some see what game we can spot up along the river here and check out the other little airports. I think there's 2 other airports that are offered by the scenery. There's lots of like heliports and stuff along the way. So we're going to check out and we'll see where we decide to land based on the weather. Right, but we are good to go here. So we're going to make a left-hand turn and then come back around and see if we can skirt around these rainstorms and then head up to the north. So yeah, we're not going to turn to the right here because that takes us straight into the rain. Nice short takeoff performance of the AN-2, very cool. I probably could have just departed from the intersection there. Actually, I didn't really need to backtrack. Should we actually turn to the right here? It looks kind of bad over there. We're not going to get past that, so let's do our left-hand turn like we planned. What a cool aircraft though. I still, you may have noticed I didn't start cold and dark because cockpit's all in Russian, so I still need to learn where things are to get it up and running, but very, very cool aircraft to fly. And you can see all around us we have those storms with rain. So hopefully we can get into one of those other little airports. But there we are on our way out of Serena Safari Lodge. We'll see there if we can pick up the river and follow the river to the north. We're going to stay nice and low and slow, which is why we're in the AN-2. Perfect for that. Alright, we're not going to get around
Nairobi
there.
Center Antonov Oscar Kilo 906 is type Antonov 1 mile southeast of Hotel Kilo 0 Alpha 5,900 feet. Request flight following.
Antonov Oscar Kilo 906 Nairobi Center. Squawk 4133.
But yeah, let's keep our eyes open for any
Squawk 4133
animals that we can see down there. Right, we're not gonna. We kind of want to follow the river, but we're not going to be able to get through that. see if we can get around this and then pick up the river again on the other side. I'm hoping that this is just kind of a bank like we saw out there
Roger, Antonov, 9
of rain. And then if we go around it, we've got some clear skies on the other side, kind of like we're flying in now. But yeah, we can't go straight up the middle there. Not looking great. This looks really long. I don't know if we're actually going to get through this. Now, so much for a scenic flight up the river for the passengers. We'll see. Hopefully we can kind of skirt around it on the side. I'm hoping that this kind of comes to like a point here with this shaft that we're seeing up ahead, and we can go around that and cut all the way back to the river. That would be best case scenario. Picking up some spots of rain on the windshield there. It's okay though, because the visibility is still fine. We're just riding along the edge of this front. There's the river through there. I mean, yeah, we cannot go through that. That might actually be doable if we cut through there. The only thing is, I don't know if it's better on the other side. Should we try and skirt through there, or should we try and go around? I think let's maybe just go through the middle here. It's a bit of a gap here. And that'll bring us to the river. Getting a little bumpy as we go through this, but that's to be expected, I suppose. Right, now we're kind of heading directly for the little village that's up ahead. So let's see if that's actually been modeled as part of the scenery. I would expect that they would have done something for it. Oh, there's one of the other little airstrips just off to our right there. The other one is on the other side of the river, just the other side of the village. See all the game trails down there in the belt below. That looks like a little village over there. In fact, I don't know if they modeled any of the village or anything. I think it might actually be just the airports, the little helipads, and the animals. These roads, the kind of, I don't know, ground textures, those all look custom though, with those roads like that, for sure. There's the little village. it is also late afternoon, so the clouds are making it a lot darker than it would normally be, which isn't helping our cause. Alright, we're out of the rain, so now we need to find some animals to check out. Oh, there's some custom scenery there. Let's make our turn here. Go and have a look at that. Ah, there's some vehicles down there. There's like a little viewing point. Hey, some Ellies down there. So there we go, some elephants next to the water there. Got like a little camp viewing area with some tables and chairs. Okay, let's see what other animals we can find along here. Oh, some giraffe. More giraffe. More elephants. And I mean, this area in reality is known for its abundance of game, so seeing all the animals down there is really, really cool. There's the other airstrip. That's probably where we're going to come and land, because that looks the best in terms of weather. There is a lot that we haven't actually seen. Some giraffes, some elephants, more elephants on the bank. Should definitely be not floating rocks, but there should be hippo around here as well. A little bit of rain here. Not entirely sure why some of those rocks are floating. Yeah, that's even worse there. That's interesting. So those rocks obviously are definitely part of the custom scenery. So I wonder how far up the river it actually goes. That road over there looks custom as well. Yeah, this for sure. So let's follow this, although the rocks have now stopped. So maybe that is the end. That looks like it could act Ford Road, to be honest. Maybe what we do, we'll do a bit of a touch and go at this. I think this might be the Battalier camp. Could be wrong. We'll do a bit of a touch and go here, and then see if we can make it back into Serena. Although it looks like that might be entirely covered by that shower at the moment. But we'll head back south down the river and see what things look like back at Serena. So not a massive scenery, but there's a lot going on in it. And it just adds that little extra immersion with the animals. But of course there's a bunch of helipads scattered throughout, which you can see on the world map. So definitely going to come in here and do some chopper flying as well. That'll be really cool. So I know that there should be some hippos and I think some flamingos as well out here somewhere. Okay, we're going to start slowing down and getting flaps out because the airport should be just up here. There it is, dead ahead. There's the little airstrip there. There are those elephants again. And some giraffe as well. Now this aircraft is a tail dragger, which makes it a little bit more of a handful on the landings than something like the Caribou that just got released. I am not particularly proficient when it comes to tail draggers. Although that wasn't shocking. Airport, some safari vehicles there. Right, we'll make our way back to the river, head back down and see if we can get into Serena. Not exactly looking promising. Well, actually, no. It looks a bit better than it did just now. Looks a lot better than it did just now. There's another like viewing area that we're flying over with some giraffe near it. I think one of these little viewing areas like this has a helipad in it. Is it that one there? I don't think so. That one's a bit small. Oh, that's the same one we looked at earlier. Somewhere out in the middle here. It's probably down in the area we didn't get to because of the rain, so maybe we'll get to see that now. I think along the edge here at one of the private lodges, there's like a little helipad. If I remember correctly, is that just something that I saw on the map? So I'm not 100% sure. Sun's starting to set. It's mostly the clouds. The sun is still significantly above the horizon. Right, like here's one of these little viewing areas. There's some ellies down in the water. Or an ellie. No helipad there. Wow, that storm just seems to have completely dissipated. There's a helipad out there. I'm not entirely sure what the significance of this spot is. There are no buildings or anything here. Oh, it's not a helipad, it's just a building. Never mind. I was gonna say, I don't know why there would be one out here. Never mind. Our search continues. With all those rocks floating like that, I wonder if any of the floating rocks are actually hippos and we're not seeing them because they're floating. And they look like rocks. Is that a helipad there, or is it? No, it's just another flat building like the other one. Right, well, as quickly as that storm appeared, it has now disappeared. What's that out there? It's trees. Yeah, it's disappeared just as quickly as it arrived when I was setting up for the flight, which means we'll get to go the full length down the river here. There's an elephant. Out on the bank. The rocks all seem to be at the same altitude. Ah, there's flamingos. So it seems like the rocks have all kind of taken the altitude of one point in the river and the rest have all stayed at the same altitude, which means they end up being out of the water, which is a bit strange. There's some giraffe and some elephants out here as well. We'll see if we can get a bit closer to the flamingos, but they're just on the bend of the river there. Ellies and giraffes. That was as we come over the flamingos now. Ah, there's the helipad. That was just realistic. Apparently the sneezing is still on for this aircraft. I didn't just about have a heart attack. More giraffe. Alright, we're getting nice and slow. Hopefully not too slow. No, we've still got to... Let's actually get some flaps out. We can really slow down here. Right, so this is where the helipad is. There's actually two helipads in there. Come over that again. There's some more Ellies down there. More flamingos. There's the helipads. So that'll be kind of nice to take a helicopter out here from one of the airports, from one of the little airstrips. bring your passengers out for like a breakfast or a dinner thing out there on the river and then fly them back again. Are those more elephant island or just rocks? They're actually rocks. There's another little next spot. Does this one have a helipad? It looks like it might. Oh no, those are just more tables and stuff. There's some more eddies. Another eddy out there in the bush. In all honesty, if there were people in reality down there at those picnic spots, having an AN-2 circling around like this the whole time would be pretty annoying. I don't think we would do this in real life. It would also scare the animals away for sure. Right, we've got another short stretch of river to go before we get back to Serena. We'll see what else we can find along here. I'm 100% convinced that we're not seeing the hippos because they just look like those rocks. Like a little picnic spot, some eddies on the peninsula there. Another big eddy out there. Oh, what's that coming up? Is that just like an open pad? I think it actually is. It's just a... Yeah, there's no helipad or anything there, just an open spot. No hippos that we can see along the banks. Just all these rocks. The AN-2 is just so cool for this. I mean, what other aircraft this size did you do this kind of low and slow flying? Right, then this on the hill here is actually, I believe, the Serena Safari Lodge. There's some more ellies crossing the river over there. Some giraffe as well on the other side. So once we pop around this hill, the airport or the airstrip is just on the other side. I keep feeling like we're going to stall, and then you look at the gauge and we're still well in the green for airspeed. Start getting some flaps out. And then the airstrip is up straight ahead. So we're going to do a fly past just to check the windsock and everything. Yeah, that's the Safari Lodge up there. Pretty cool. I'm not seeing the airstrip. Should be just in front of us. Oh, we're literally lined up with it. I'm expecting this to be the runway that we're going to use. This is the one that we took off from. We just need to check the windsock. There's the windsock here, straight ahead. And the windsock does agree with us. Yeah, so a bit of a crosswind and a bit of a headwind. There's a giraffe out there. So we'll extend a little bit here. This would be a pretty cool view if you are at the resort. So we're going to go out just about to the resort and then turn. In fact, we'll do that. It's going to look like we're going to fly straight into the resort. And we turn to line up with the runway. That's pretty cool. And the resort is there. Not resort, lodge. It's a Safari Lodge. That's pretty cool. It's the only thing with landing in this direction in the late afternoon is the sun is a bit of an issue. Wow, this aircraft, you barely need any power to keep it in the air. Okay, let's see if we can do a reasonable Hill Dragon landing here. Try and touch down that wheel into the wind first. Oh, there's the bounce. Is that a taxiway? I think that's actually just a road. Or does it just come out at the end of the runway here? Then we can actually use it as a taxiway. Oh, I think it is actually the taxiway. Oh, hey, check it out. Right, but then we are back at Serena Safari Lodge airstrip. And just a nice, short, chilled sightseeing flight, first flight in the AN-2. I love the aircraft for this kind of stuff. Let's see if we can pick one up in FS economy and do some kind of short hops. Do some more kind of remote trips, I guess. Yeah, a little bit of sightseeing to check out the IniScene Mara scenery. There are 2 helipads here as well. And they're raised helipads, which will be nice and interesting when we start to do some heli ops in and out of here. Make sure you don't slide off the edge. Check out the turning circle on this aircraft. Pretty cool. Right, we'll park it up and shut down the engine. And there we are. Alright, and that's going to bring us to the end of this short little scenic flight. Again, nothing special, nothing particular planned. Just wanted to try out the AN-2, check out the Mara scenery. I will leave a link to that down below. You can grab it. I picked it up for free. I believe it is still free. So you can go and grab that, check it out. It'd be really cool to do some low and slow flying like this, and particularly some heli ops out to those little river picnic spots. Also, if you weren't aware, the Antonov AN-2 is now available through the marketplace, so you can go and grab the aircraft as well if you're interested. But anyway, that's going to bring us to the end of today's video. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do down below, and I will see you in the next one.